Today we're going to study the standard form of linear equations. So we will analyze linear graphs, we will write linear equations in standard form now, and we will use standard form to identify and graph components of a linear function. Okay, now, sometimes you could name yourself with your first name. Sometimes you can name yourself with your last name. Same with a line. Okay, any line that you have, you can name it in two ways. The first way is the slope-intercept form. And remember, we learned slope-intercept form in the previous lesson, right? We learned that from the previous lesson. And what did you learn? The format is y equals mx plus b. That makes our life easier because that letter m represents the slope and the number beside the x, on the left side of the x is your slope. So you know that the rise is -3 and the run is 5, right? And the last number after the x, positive b, that's your, where will it bump? That's the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept, meaning your line will pass through 0, 3. Once you know those two, you can now plot your points. How do I do that? Easy. Start with 0, 3. Okay, where would 0, 3 be? 0, 3 would be over here. 0, 0, 3 over there. Okay, so you know your line will pass through that. So, but how will it look like? Where will it be? The slope will tell you how to do it. Rise of -3. 1, 2, 3, and a run of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you know that the next point will be here, right? So that is a rise of a -3 and a run of 5. So, you know, just get your ruler, your straight ruler, connect the 2 points, and then extend on both sides, put the arrowhead, and then you know that's your line. Okay? So this line can now be labeled as you are now y equals -3/5 x plus 3. That's one way to name a line using the slope-intercept form. Now there's a second way to name that. That's the new lesson for today. This is now called the standard form. The standard form will look like this. The format is ax plus by equals c. Now, there are conditions. A, B, C are integers, meaning whole numbers, no fraction and decimal. What else? A is positive. That number 3 is positive. What else? ABC has no common factor. Okay, it has to be reduced to the lowest term, something like that. So for example, in this format, you would know that A is what? A is 3, B is 5, and C is 15. Okay, now, how do I graph using this one? So the format should always look like this. How do I graph it? Now, there are strategies to do that. Now, in order to graph this, you will need the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So let's write down on the side, if x is equal to 0, meaning we're going to get the y-intercept, right? If x is 0, it's going to touch any of this. Where will it be? If x is equal to 0. So 3 times 0 plus 5y equals 15. So therefore, 3 times 0 is 0. What remains is 5y equals 15. Divide by 5 to the left, divide by 5 to the right. Y is equal to 3. So these two coordinates are important. 0, 3. Next. If now if y is equal to 0, so let's solve. Copy the same equation. 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 15. All right, 5 times 0 is a 0, so write 3x, so you're a 0 now, is equal to 15. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x is equal to 5. All right. So we have two coordinates now. You have first the 0, 3. 0, 3 would be here. Put a dot. And the next one is 5, 0. Let's write it down. This is the 0, 3. And the other point now is the x is 5. The x is 5 and the y is 0. This is x is 5, y is 0. I have 2 points. When you have 2 points, you now connect them and then put extended arrows on the right and to the left. So we know that this now is a straight line, and the name, you could label it as 3x plus 5y equals 15. All right, so now we learned those two ways to name your line. So today, let's identify two intercept, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. In the previous lesson, we've learned about y-intercepts. Remember that? Where will the line that touch the y-axis? All right, so look at this point at 0y. That's the y-intercept. On the blue line, it's going to be what? On the blue line, it's going to be 0, comma 1. 0, comma 1. On the red line, it's going to be what? 0, comma negative 4. All right? So these are your y-intercept for you. And then for the red line, this is the y-intercept. Okay. Now, let's look at the x-intercept. Where will the line touch the x? The x-axis is the horizontal line, right? The horizontal axis. You could see this one. It touches at x comma 0. All right. How about in the blue line? In the blue line, it touches what? The x at this point. All right. That's the x-intercept. Okay, where does the red line touch the x? The red line touch the x here. Okay, that point. Okay, so see now the difference between the x-intercept and the y-intercept. It is very important to know this because once you know the x-intercept and the y-intercept, you can connect the line. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this problem is application in real life situation. Now, in order to prepare for the upcoming snowstorm, Emily went to a Blockbuster. It is a store where you could rent CDs, DVDs, electronic games, and movies are in a disc. Okay? Movies cost $6. Circle that. And Wii games cost $3. Circle that. Very important. She spent $30 renting movies and games. So that's why, look, equal to 30 because that's the money you spent. And what else? The X represents movies. So X represents movies. So you connect the X with $6 each. Since Y represents the Wii games, you connect the $3 with the Y. So this is your equation. Take note, the equation is already in standard form. Now, so we will graph, we will find the x-intercept, and then we will answer the third bullet. But before that, let's recall, x is related to the movies, agree. Y is related to the Wii games, okay, yes. And then this is our equation, all right. We will use this equation to solve for 2 points. We need 2 points in order to make a line. All right. First, let x be equal to 0. What do you mean by that? I mean y is equal to 0. My bad. So if y is equal to 0, meaning you will not buy any Wii. No Wii games. So let's plug it in. No Wii games. 0 times $3. You're not buying that. So that becomes a 0. 0. So 6x equals 30. Remember, you need to spend 30. Divided by 6 on the left, divide by 6 on the right. 6 cancels out. X is equal to 5. Meaning you need to buy 5 movies. 5 movies is exactly what? $30. Agree? So let's write down that coordinate point. That's 5 comma 0. 5 movies and 0 we. Now for the next one, if x is equal to 0, meaning you will not buy any movies, no movies for you, how many we's will you buy? But you're going to spend 30 bucks. So plug it in. 0 for the movies, so that becomes a 0. 3y equals 30. Divide by 3 on both sides. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Oh, you need to buy 10 Wii games. So your y-intercept will be 0, 10. You will plot that in the graph. So you need 10 Wii games. All right. Next, we will plot the points. 5, 0 will be over here. 5, 0. See that? 5, 0. 5 movies and 0 Wii. The next one is what? 0, 10. 0, 10 would be over here. 0 movies and 10 Wii games. They're all worth $30. Okay? They're all worth $30. Now, once you have 2 points, very important, once you have 2 points, you can now connect those points to form a line. That's the most important thing. Connect the points to form a line. Okay? My line isn't straight. You better use a ruler. Okay. Now, what's the significance of that point? Now, guess what? That line will help you predict something. Look at the third bullet. Suppose Emily rented 3 movies. Rented 3 movies. Okay, so write your equation again. Our equation is 6x plus 3y equals 30. So it says here 3 movies. Instead of writing x, I will write 3. So 6 times 3 plus 3y equals 30. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 3y equals 30. Okay, I need to get rid of 18 minus 18 on both sides. Cancels out. 3y is equal to 12, right? Minus 18, minus 18. So cancel divided by 3, divided by 3, y is equal to 4. What's the meaning of that? Y is equal to 4. Meaning, there's another situation. If you use 3 movies, 3, 3 movies, you have to buy or rent 4 Wii's. This is the movies. This is the Wii. All right. Are you sure? Will it really be $30? Yes. Look, check out the graph. 3 movies, look at the 3, should match 4 Wii's. Where did these 2 points meet? Over there. See that? What can you say about the other point? This point is within the same line. Any point you identify here, any point you identify here will always match with your equation. It will always be a total of $30. Okay? So, are we good? Okay, good job. Okay, so now we're going to solve Ingenuity problems. These are word problems, okay, applied to standard form. Shake Shack sells large and small fries. Large and small fries. A large shake, underline the large shake, costs $5. And small shakes cost $3. Okay? Okay, on Sunday, Shake Shack had a total revenue. Total revenue means the final sales is 479. So at the end, the total is 479. And what were they selling? They were selling the large shakes plus small shakes, right? There you go. So what do we know about the large? The large is represented by what letter? The x is represented by the small and the y is represented by the large, right? So the large is y and then the small is x, right? 479. But that x and the y is the number. But how much is a small shake? A small shake is $3. A small shake is $3. A large shake is $5. See that? So if you add $5 times, I don't know how many large shakes were bought, and then $3 times the number of shakes sold, okay? So this will be your equation. The total should be 479. All of it has a total of 479 except u. Okay, the 5 should be connected to the y. See that? And the 3 should be connected to the x. Because of commutative property, these two, you could interchange the position, right? So this is the correct answer. Can I switch and make it 5x plus 3y? No, because the labels are very important. Next, which situation could best represented in the linear equation? So this one times x, this one times y is equal to 215. At the end, the total is 215. So you could see mostly here, the total sales was 215. So we're okay with that. Now, x represents the number of pretzels, and y represents the number of popcorns. X and y. So this one represents x pretzels, and the y would be the popcorn. Popcorn, pretzels. All right. So let's check. 50 cents for pretzels. Did you see a 50 cents here? No, not you. Pretzels 75. No, it says 275. So not you. There were 50 more popcorns than pretzels. The variable, okay, doesn't show that. Pretzels is 50. Pretzels is 50 cents less than the popcorn bags. Okay, what else do I know? The variable x represents the pretzels sold, and the variable y represents the popcorn. X is pretzels. This one matches. And does it show that the other one is $50 less? What's the difference between 275, 275 and 325? If you subtract them, the difference will be 50, right? You borrow one from the other side. So the correct answer is this one. Got it? Last. Okay, for this third example, you were given an equation in standard form. What is the missing value in the table? It's telling you already that x is equal to 0. So simply plug in the value of x. 8y equals 48. So instead of writing x, I put in my 0. Now, if x is 0, you can solve for the value of y. So you're a 0 now. 8y is equal to 48. Okay, so that y will be alone. Divide by 8, divide by 8. So finally, y is equal to 6. There you go. The answer is 6. Next, what is the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept of the linear equation? Wow, it's all messed up. Y minus 1 half x minus 1 half y equals negative 6. To know the y-intercept is made up of 0 and a number. So meaning the x should be a 0. So let me make x instead of a number, you have to be 0. So if you're a 0, I write down 0 minus 1 half y equals negative 6. How do I get rid of the times 1 half? Divided by 1 half, divided by 1 half. 1 half and 1 half cancels out. Y is equal to 6, negative 6, divided by negative 1 half. This is confusing for the others, but let's try to solve it. So keep, change. Remember the rule. Keep, change, flip. All right, so that becomes negative 6 times negative 2 over 1. And what do I get? negative times negative, positive 12 over 1, or simply 12. So that's the correct answer. So remember the standard form. The standard form can help you solve for the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Once you know both of it, you can now connect the line, and any point within that line would satisfy the equation. All right, good luck in your next practices.